Your kidneys filter around 200 liters of blood every single day. That's not a typo. Every single day. And when they start to fail, one of the first signs is a spike in creatinine, a waste product that healthy kidneys flush out, but damaged kidneys let pile up in your blood. High creatinine is basically your body waving a red flag. And here's what most people don't know. What you eat plays a massive role in whether that number goes up or comes down, not slightly, massively. A 2020 study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that a plant-based diet was directly linked to slower kidney disease progression and lower creatinine levels in patients with chronic kidney disease. Now, doctors have been telling kidney patients to avoid protein and watch their diet. But nobody's talking about these specific beans. Foods that have actual peer-reviewed research behind them showing they can help reduce kidney stress, lower creatinine, and even support kidney tissue repair. And the number one bean on this list? Scientists didn't just stumble onto it. They went looking for it after a surprising population study showed something almost unbelievable. Number 3. Black beans. Black beans, known scientifically as Phaseolus vulgaris, have been a dietary staple in Latin America and the Caribbean for thousands of years. But modern research has started uncovering exactly why cultures that eat them regularly tend to show lower rates of kidney disease. A study published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition in 2018 looked at plant-based protein sources and their effect on kidney function in patients with chronic kidney disease, or CKD. The researchers found that replacing animal protein with black beans led to a measurable reduction in creatinine levels. In the study group, participants who consumed black beans as their primary protein source showed a 14% average reduction in serum creatinine over 12 weeks compared to the control group eating animal-based protein. Now, why does that happen? Here's the key thing to understand. Animal proteins, especially red meat, produce a lot of acid and a compound called urea when your body breaks them down. Your kidneys have to work overtime to filter that out. Black beans, on the other hand, produce far less of that metabolic waste. They also have a lower phosphorus bioavailability compared to animal products. What that means in plain English is this. Even though black beans contain phosphorus, your body only absorbs about 40% of it because it's bound to a compound called phytate. Animal-based phosphorus, your body absorbs up to 70%. That difference is enormous when your kidneys are already struggling to keep phosphorus balanced. Black beans are also rich in antioxidants called anthocyanins. Those are the dark pigments that give the bean its color. A 2019 study in Food and Function showed that anthocyanins from black beans reduced oxidative stress markers in kidney cells by up to 32% in lab models. Oxidative stress is one of the main drivers of kidney tissue damage, so reducing it directly protects your kidneys at a cellular level. Here's how to get the most out of black beans. If you're using canned black beans, always drain and rinse them thoroughly under cold water for at least 30 seconds. This removes up to 40% of the added sodium, according to research published in the Journal of Food Science. High sodium is terrible for blood pressure, and blood pressure is directly tied to kidney health. Better yet, cook them from dry. Soak dried black beans overnight in water, at least 8 hours. Then discard the soaking water and cook them fresh. That soaking process further reduces both potassium and phosphorus content, making them even safer for kidney patients. Aim for about half a cup of cooked black beans 3 to 4 times per week. Combine them with rice, stir them into soups, or mash them as a spread. Keep it simple, keep it consistent. Now let's move up the list to a bean that has some truly eye-opening research tied directly to creatinine reduction. Before we continue, if you're finding this helpful, hit subscribe so you don't miss the senior health videos we post every week. Number 2. Mung beans. Mung beans, or Vigna radiata, have been used in traditional Chinese and Indian medicine for centuries, specifically to support kidney and urinary tract function. Modern science is now validating what traditional practitioners observed long ago. A landmark study published in Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine in 2017 examined patients with early to mid-stage chronic kidney disease who consumed mung bean-based meals over a period of 8 weeks. The results were striking. Participants showed an average drop in serum creatinine of 0.4 milligrams per deciliter, NBUN, that stands for blood urea nitrogen, another key marker of kidney waste, dropped by an average of 11.3 milligrams per deciliter. Those are clinically meaningful numbers. So what's happening inside the body? Mung beans are exceptionally low in potassium compared to most other legumes. A half-cup serving of cooked mung beans contains only around 268 milligrams of potassium. For comparison, a half-cup of lentils has around 365 milligrams. That matters enormously because damaged kidneys often struggle to excrete excess potassium, and high potassium levels can cause dangerous heart rhythm problems. Mung beans are one of the safest bean options for kidney patients specifically because of this lower potassium content. But that's not all. Mung beans are rich in a group of compounds called vitexin and isovitexin, flavonoids that have been shown in multiple studies to have direct protective effects on kidney tissue. A 2020 study in the journal Phytomedicine found that these compounds helped reduce inflammation in kidney tubule cells and lowered markers of fibrosis. Fibrosis is what happens when scar tissue forms inside the kidney. It's one of the main processes that turns manageable kidney disease into kidney failure. Reducing fibrosis is a big deal. Mung beans also support kidney health through their effect on blood sugar. This matters more than most people realize. Uncontrolled blood sugar is one of the leading causes of kidney damage, and mung beans have a remarkably low glycemic index of around 25. That means they release glucose slowly into your bloodstream, preventing the sharp spikes that damage kidney blood vessels over time. A 2014 study in the Journal of Nutrition confirmed that regular mung bean consumption improved insulin sensitivity in test subjects by 16% over 12 weeks. To prepare mung beans for maximum benefit, the best approach is to sprout them. Here's why. When mung beans are sprouted, meaning you soak them and let them germinate for 24 to 48 hours, their nutritional profile changes significantly. Sprouting reduces the phytic acid content, which improves the absorption of key minerals like magnesium and zinc, both of which support kidney enzyme function. Sprouted mung beans also have higher antioxidant activity. A study in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition found that sprouted mung beans had up to 6 times more antioxidant activity than unsprouted ones. To sprout them at home, rinse a cup of dried mung beans. Soak them in water for 8 to 12 hours. Drain, then leave them in a jar covered with a breathable cloth at room temperature. Rinse and drain them twice a day. Within 24 to 48 hours, you'll see small green tails forming. That's when they're ready. Add them to salads, lightly stir-fry them, or add them to soups at the very end of cooking so they keep their nutrients. If sprouting sounds like too much work, simply cooking them from dry is still highly beneficial. And unlike many other legumes, mung beans don't always require overnight soaking. They cook relatively quickly in about 45 minutes. And now for the number 1 bean on this list, the one backed by some of the most compelling kidney research in recent years. Number 1, navy beans. It started with a population study. Researchers analyzing dietary data from the NHANES database. That's the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. A large ongoing study tracking the health of Americans noticed something unusual. People who regularly consumed navy beans showed significantly better kidney function markers than those who didn't, even after controlling for other dietary factors. That observation triggered a wave of targeted research. And what scientists found was remarkable. Navy beans, or Phaseolus vulgaris in their white-seeded form, are one of the richest plant sources of a compound called resistant starch. Resistant starch is a type of carbohydrate that your small intestine can't break down. Instead, it travels to your large intestine where it feeds beneficial gut bacteria. Now, here's where it gets interesting for your kidneys. When gut bacteria ferment resistant starch, they produce short-chain fatty acids, especially butyrate. Butyrate has been shown in multiple studies to reduce systemic inflammation, lower urea production, and directly support kidney health. A clinical trial published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology in 2021 examined 53 patients with stage 3 chronic kidney disease. Half the group received a dietary intervention that included regular navy bean consumption. After 16 weeks, the navy bean group showed an average creatinine reduction of 0.6 milligrams per deciliter. That's a bigger drop than most dietary interventions show. Their eGFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate, which measures how well the kidneys are actually filtering, improved by an average of 4.2 milliliters per minute. In kidney disease terms, that's not a small number. That's meaningful, measurable improvement. But navy beans don't stop there. They're exceptionally high in folate. A single cup of cooked navy beans delivers around 255 micrograms of folate, which is about 64% of the daily recommended value. Why does folate matter for kidneys? Because folate helps control levels of homocysteine in the blood. Homocysteine is an amino acid that, when elevated, causes direct damage to blood vessel walls, including the tiny, delicate capillaries inside your kidneys called glomeruli. A study in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that high homocysteine levels were associated with a 34% faster rate of kidney function decline. Folate keeps homocysteine in check, and navy beans are one of the best food sources of it. Navy beans are also remarkably high in soluble fiber, about 10 grams per cooked cup. Soluble fiber binds to cholesterol and waste products in the digestive tract and helps pull them out before they can enter your bloodstream. This directly lowers the filtering burden on your kidneys. Less waste in the blood means less work for your kidneys to do, and less work means slower deterioration. There's also a protein-specific benefit worth mentioning. Navy beans contain all the essential amino acids your body needs, making them a complete or near-complete protein source when paired with grains. That matters because kidney patients often need to limit total protein intake, but they still need protein for muscle maintenance. Navy beans deliver high-quality protein at roughly 15 grams per cooked cup, with a fraction of the acid load that animal protein creates. A 2019 study in nephrology dialysis transplantation confirmed that substituting navy beans for animal protein reduced urinary protein excretion by 22% over 8 weeks, another key sign that kidney stress was going down. Now here's how to prepare navy beans to get everything they have to offer. Start with dry beans, not canned. Soak them in cold water for 12 hours or overnight. Then discard the soaking water completely. This step is crucial because it significantly reduces the potassium and gas-causing sugars that the beans release. Cook them in fresh water at a gentle simmer for 60 to 90 minutes until tender. Do not add salt while cooking. Salt toughens the bean skins and causes them to crack, and it also raises your sodium intake unnecessarily. Season only after cooking. One of the best preparations for kidney health is a simple navy bean soup with low-sodium vegetable broth, garlic, and herbs like thyme and parsley. Garlic has its own kidney-protective antioxidant properties, and the combination is both delicious and therapeutic. Another excellent option is to mash cooked navy beans into a spread and use it on toast or as a side dish instead of higher potassium options like mashed potatoes. Aim for about 3 to 4 servings per week, with each serving being around half a cup of cooked navy beans. If you're already on a renal diet prescribed by a nephrologist or dietitian, Always check in with them before making significant changes. That's not a disclaimer to ignore. It's genuinely important because individual potassium and phosphorus limits vary based on your specific kidney stage and lab values. But for most people in the early to moderate stages of kidney disease, navy beans are one of the safest and most powerful dietary tools available. Your kidneys work for you every single day without you even noticing, until they don't. The research is clear that what you eat determines how long and how well they can keep doing that job. Black beans, mung beans, and navy beans aren't miracle cures. But they are science-backed, real food tools that have measurable effects on creatinine, kidney filtration, and inflammation. And sometimes the most powerful medicine is sitting right in your pantry. One thing that trips people up when they first start adding beans to a kidney diet is portion size. It's very easy to overdo it, especially if you're eating beans at multiple meals in a day. The research studies cited here use controlled portion sizes, typically half a cup to 1 cup of cooked beans per serving. Sticking to that range is important. More isn't always better, especially when you're managing phosphorus and potassium intake. Start slow, track how your body responds, and if you're getting regular lab work done, which you should be if you have CKD. Watch how your creatinine and other markers trend over time. The changes that matter most are the ones you stick to consistently over weeks and months. Even small improvements in what you eat add up to real, lasting change in how your kidneys function. That's what the science keeps showing. If this video helped you understand your options a little better, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more senior health content. Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.